What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming here, and we are back with Populous The Beginnings beta tournament. This is testing out the 1.5 build, and confusingly, playing as the Chumara tribe in the Dakini position, we have, representing Clan Asgard, it is Sub-Zero. His opponent, changing his name every month, confusingly playing as the Dakini tribe in the Chumara position. So you heard me right, guys. Colours have been swapped into the opposite bases. Representing Clan Gods of Destruction, it is Chris, or Loothill, or Reindeer, or Not Santa. Whatever names he's had in the past, he's had a dozen of them. But anyway, both players starting off. Craig was the lowest series, well, Craig or Sub-Zero was the lowest seeded player, and as such, he got to pick the side selection. Side selection gives him a strong advantage in that he obviously picked the Dakini position, which grants him the 4 convert instead of the 2 convert. Now, he's wasting no time at all sneaking into the base, as the spectators are quite helpfully trying to ping. He's rushing a warrior training hut as well. He has opted that his strategy for this game is going to be an aggressive rush. Instead of going for the converts... No, he is going for converts, but he's going for converts in Loothill's base. Unfortunately, he only gets 1, but that is a solid start. Very aggressive gameplay. Oh, another convert, and if he gets this, that'll be a nice 4. That's a nice 4 convert picked up there. Loothill misses the blast as well. Braves are harvesting the trees. We've got plenty of building going up. Standard issue building as well. He's building more than just the warrior training hut. The shaman does go down. We actually miss it. The shaman goes down in a blast fest. Oh, but making Loothill burn his trees. Craig is chopping trees down completely. So these wood piles are all you're going to get on this side of the strip. In fact, Craig could probably build a little outpost here. You know, the more you build here, it's not just about the wood that he's cutting down here. Because he is killing the trees, and these trees are going to take a long time to build back, or to grow back. But if he actually, first of all, finishes killing off the trees, he could put down a tower plan and actually build a whole bunch of huts. And if he builds a bunch of huts, Loothill has more to worry about than just the wood. Because he's got to worry about the damaged ground as well. Loothill then has to destroy the buildings, and from destroying the buildings, has to wait for that ground to no longer be damaged. It's a very aggressive play from Craig, and I really like to see it. Who's getting up his 2nd warrior training hut now, and for some reason his fire warrior hut still isn't finished. Does need to be mindful of these braves, and he does start giving them orders now, and since his respawn, he's picking up all the braves in his own base. That's good to see. He's not overcommitting to the aggression. He's just picking up all the converts he has left. And now we have a strong position. There's warriors sneaking into the base already. Just looking for braves. I don't know where this warrior's going. I'm just going to chill out there. All of these wild men are out of Loothill's range and not available for him to be picked up. Craig is placing warriors everywhere just to try and catch off wayward braves trying to be useful. All these wood piles on the ground. We know the trees are gone. The warrior idling here. Spectators are pinging things that might be of relevance to players, but as you can see, Loothill is going for a standard build. So population score is currently Sub-Zero at 35 and only 25 for Loothill. It's good to see a really strong, aggressive play out of Sub-Zero, and he's playing with total confidence. Oh, Loothill's managed to secure 1 brave on the island. We'll see if Sub-Zero notices that and manages to stop it down. He's got more than enough braves here to win a fistfight against this 1 brave. But it's whether he notices, whether he has the time. Wish everyone would stop pinging the same information. Because I keep clicking on it, I might start ignoring them soon enough. That has to be said that Loothill's base is bigger. I definitely like Sub's position still. But Loot's base is bigger. These warriors need to be careful because the shaman is watching the narrow passage. This map is narrow passage, if you haven't figured that out by now, this far into the tournament. And those warriors can be defended against. So it's good that Craig is trying to keep those warriors alive and actually pulling them back. Craig notices the Brave, gets his Braves killing him, and then tearing down the tower, denying Loothill access to the secondary strip. Loothill throws out a combat. And he gets his land bridge, and he's connecting to the side that Craig's on first. That does slow him down, even if it's ideal, but now that he's moved his shaman, those warriors are going to go charging right in. The problem with connecting to this side first is, you know, you're denying yourself access to this side, which still has trees. All the trees here have been cut down. And Craig's the one with the base here, not Loothill. Plenty of wild men that could still be converted here. Be nice to see what's going on. The warriors are being pulled back, so they do a little bit of damage, and then they get saved. Craig is dancing around at the back of the base. It might be interesting to see whether he goes for a back door here. The population update, it has actually swung. Loothill's building has paid off. Loothill sat on 41 population. Sub-Zero is still sat on 35. Really strong aggressive play to begin with, but struggling to get his population up as a result. Craig's just turning all of that wood into towers. So that he's utilizing the wood as much as possible. Personally, I would like to see a few of those buildings be huts as well, because they damage more ground. You do have to build more of them, but you definitely have the time. Landbridge from Craig does connect him to one of his islands. He's got to connect himself to the secondary island as well, and there's a warrior training hut on this island, so I don't know why you wouldn't start with this one, but hey. Far be it for me to criticise. We're currently looking at the building count. It is 24 buildings to Loothill, 12 to Sub-Zero, so you're seeing twice the amount of buildings out of Loothill right now. These Braves are still building. Loot still hasn't cleared them up, and he really should be looking to do so. Loothill has got his own warriors out now, so it's hard to troop him down with singular units. Be interesting to see what happens from here on out. Now, Loothill is a notorious player for dismantling, and you can already see it going on now. Just dismantling and dismantling and dismantling, getting that population up as quickly as possible. Secondary land bridge comes out from Craig, connecting himself to his other base. He's all connected up now, as he would like to be. We go to the world view. Loothill is also all connected up and sporting quite the impressive base. I think it was a very good idea from Craig, but it'd be interesting to see whether that actually pays off in the end. Loothill still hasn't noticed the building on the island, says the spectators. Craig is going for the back door. He's not even going to bother with the front. One land bridge, two land bridges. He's just threatening the back door. I don't think he wants to complete it. Loothill sent a number of warriors to clear out the side strip. But we need to be seeing Craig completing his back door. Every second that he spent dancing around at the back here, doing nothing, is more time that Loothill has to prepare. The trees are starting to grow back just in time, so now it's really just harvested trees. And Craig completes the back door. Now, be interesting to see what Loothill does here. Loothill has so much population that he might even just be able to run it towards Craig's base and go for a full-on base trade. Craig is just dancing at the back of the base. He's looking probably to get a lightning here. Hasn't got very much mana because he didn't have very high population, and he got 3 land bridges just there. Loothill throws out the light, and he gets Craig. Perfect shot from Loothill. Population counts are 46 to Sub-Zero. 76 to Loothill. That does not look good for Sub-Zero right now. A little bit of a blunder there from him, not building as much. He focused far too much on the micromanagement element of the game and did not build up his base. His start was strong. Really slowed down Loothill. I liked the strategy, but the fact that he didn't throw down a whole bunch of plans really slowed him down. Now, because this is a narrow passage and neither player has widened the land bridges, as the spectators are talking about, this is really going to become the front door, and this will quickly transition to being the back door. Now, Loothill has a much higher population than Craig, so we should be seeing some earthquakes from Craig. It's good to see that Craig has built in this anti-earthquake style. You can see he's built very messily and spread his huts out everywhere. Almost a bit too much, because he really can't squeeze in that many huts into this land. Lightning from Loothill does not find the target. Craig is still alive. He ducks into a tower and does nothing but chases Loothill away, I guess. No, Craig needs to be watching. Craig needs to be watching. Loothill turns around. Fire warriors in the huts start to damage the shaman. Loothill's just interrupting the training of warriors as his own warriors run rampant in Craig's base. Craig does have multiple warrior training huts. He can get a good amount of damage. A little bit of brave blasting from Loothill trying to kill the population. Really liked the beginning strat out of Sub-Zero. I just think the execution was a little bit lacking. I feel like it's the kind of strategy that when he was a much faster player, he would have got away with in a significantly more dominating fashion. But what has to be called out now is exactly this. And this is a bad decision for Loothill. There's fire warriors in these towers. Oh, good. He's using the warriors to get the fire warriors out. If these braves had run towards this base while there were fire warriors in the towers, all those braves would be going down. But this is the population trade that we suggested. Craig has way more warriors and is actually tearing Loothill's base down. The trooping advantage for Craig may help him destroy Loothill's base faster, but he needs to keep that shaman dead because a shaman can turn the tide. Plenty of warriors for Craig at the front, but so are Loothill's warriors as well. Population will die, but I don't think it'll be enough to stop Loothill proposing the big base trade. We've got warriors all over the red base. We need to see what red's population is doing. Yellow's warriors were in large enough number that they're actually going to all be killed. So many warriors from Craig. I didn't even realize he had this many warriors. Wildmen are spawning back into the game. That tells you just how low Loothill's population is, and Loothill has surrendered. First game goes to Asgard Sub-Zero.